Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan and thank you all so much for coming by. Before this video gets started, before I do talk about Uber and Lyft driving during this coronavirus pandemic, yes, I'm going to be talking about Uber and Lyft driving. I know in the past I've made videos about how you should not go out and drive right now, but as you guys have probably seen in the comment section, there are still tons of drivers who refuse to stop driving, who need to pay rent, who need to pay their bills, and who just, you know, at the end of the day, are not gonna stop driving no matter what. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about those people. And if you have stopped driving, should you start driving? When should you resume driving? And how should you behave while you drive in order to not catch the coronavirus, and also how to maximize your earnings, because at the end of the day, this is what we talk about, how to maximize your earnings as a human individual on this planet. Before I get into all the tips and tricks for maximizing your earnings during this pandemic, if you are an Uber driver, if you're a current Uber driver, if you already signed up, this is for you guys. If you already signed up for Uber and you forgot to use a referral code when you first initially signed up, you didn't know anyone, you didn't have a friend, a lot of people do not know this, but you can still apply a referral code to your account to get a cash bonus or guarantee of up to $1,800. It's literally, a lot of people just don't know this, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Well, yeah, it's literally super simple. Uber, I've talked to people at Uber and they say, yeah, you know, they have time to put in the referral code, especially right now with the, you know, pandemic and the coronavirus. There are a lot less drivers out on the road, so Uber is rewarding drivers who are still going out and doing their rides through the referral code. So what does that mean? All you have to do is go into your Uber app, go into your settings, your earnings, your referrals, add us as a referral. All you have to do is click missing invited driver. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave the instructions in the description. It's 8 steps. It takes maybe 2 minutes max, and yeah, that way you can get your referral money. And I know during this time, like, I could use the extra money. So if you know, this is totally legal. Like, Uber told me that we can do that. So I know some other people do that too. So yeah, if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do it. That way you can get your extra money while, you know, it's a little bit slower out there to make up for it. So yeah, it could be $100, $50, 200, 300 bucks, you know, but it's even 25 bucks is better than nothing, right? Why wouldn't you do it? So anyways, let's get started in the video. So Uber and Lyft driving during a pandemic. What does that mean? First of all, let me talk about why you should not drive. It's dangerous and you don't want to catch the disease. Fair enough, right? Secondly, there's not going to be as many rides. Universities are shut down, right? Literally, UC Berkeley, UCLA, most schools in the country are going to be remote for the rest of the year. Literally until September. So that's in about 6.5 months. So for the next 6.5 months, most universities will be remote, online. What does that mean? You will have less rides picking college kids up, going around town. But not only that, you will have a lot less people going out to bars, because a lot of college kids go to bars. Those are huge nights. No more big Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. I know as Uber and Lyft drivers, we count on those nights because those are big earning nights. Those will be a lot less. So no more Thursday, Friday, Saturday big nights. A lot of times Sunday during the day, you get people going out for brunch. People aren't really doing that anymore. A lot of places are shut down. Even nightclubs. Oh, there's another one. Nightclubs, SPE just announced, Tao just announced, a lot of big nightclubs, big restaurants announced that they're shutting down. They're closed right now. They're still providing their workers with pay. A lot of them, I know SPE is, but again, you're not going to be you're not going to have that big bar rush at night, at least right now. Another thing, workers, you will not have commuting people as much because a lot of places are work from home. Again, schools, a lot of people would take Uber and Lyft to work at a school. No more of that. A lot of software companies, tech companies, at least in California, are all work from home now because, you know, you can do that. You can work from home. And then most other places are also work from home. So first of all, we have no colleges open. a lot of workplaces not open, a lot of restaurants and nightclubs not open. And what's another thing? Just normal everyday people don't want to go out and take rides because they are scared. They don't want to catch the coronavirus, because there have been a lot of studies shown that Uber and Lyft cars are dirtier than public toilets. Yeah, it's disgusting, but the backseat of an Uber and Lyft car is one of the most unsanitary place you can go. It's even worse than a public water park, because you know those have chlorine and stuff, and you don't have chlorine sitting in your back seat. What do you have instead? You got people walking around, stepping in pee, stepping in poop, stepping in you know, just walking around on the streets, going in and sitting in your car with their dirty shoes on. Yeah, it's disgusting, but let's face the reality here. A lot of people will not be wanting to take rides. So with that being said, those are some of the reasons why you shouldn't, why it might not be smart. And then also personally, you as a driver, you don't want to, maybe you don't want to catch the coronavirus yet. You know, yet, as I do say yet, because it's just a matter of time. Honestly, I feel like at this point. So those are a few reasons why you might not want to, but now let's talk about why you might want to drive, and some practical tips to drive as well. So the first and most important reason why you still would want to drive for Uber and Lyft is money. Obviously, we all have bills to pay, and not all of us are fortunate enough to have savings. I myself, I have savings, and I don't need money. I don't need money right now. I just don't. I could be fine, honestly, in the next 3 to 4 months without money. And a year ago, would I say the same thing? No. You guys have heard my story. Even maybe a year ago, I was working minimum wage jobs, trying to pay off credit card debt and this car. Now, I don't have a car payment. I don't have any credit cards, and I have enough money to saved up. I've changed my life, and I started listening to Dave Ramsey, and I started building up an emergency fund, and now I'm using that emergency fund. So, but for people who do need money, what do you do if you have rent to pay this month, and you usually drive for Uber and Lyft to pay for that, or your electricity bills, or your car payment? I know a lot of people that. Can you just stop driving and, you know, tell your landlord, oh, hey, I don't feel like comfortable driving Uber and Lyft right now, so sorry, have no money. What are they gonna do? They're gonna evict you. Can you tell your car dealership or your bank, oh, hey, I know I financed a loan with you guys, but I'm not driving for Uber and Lyft right now, so yeah, can you guys cover the payment this month? They're gonna laugh at you, and they're gonna repossess your car. What about your credit cards? If you have credit cards, what do you tell them? Now, for credit cards, there is something you can do called a balance transfer. You can do debt consolidation. There's a balance transfer you can do if you're already paying high interest rate on your credit cards. A really easy thing you can do is go to a new bank, go to a new credit card, and say, hey, I was wondering if I can do a balance transfer. Usually what they'll do is they'll give you interest-free credit card for the first year, and then after the year, it's probably gonna be like 29% interest rate. But for the first year, you can't do that. You will have 0% interest. I do know a lot of people who just keep doing that over and over, and so that way, you know, they have a few years to catch up or whatever. I just honestly, I was gonna do that, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay off my credit card. I just don't want to do that. So that's what I ended up doing. I just, you know, drove Uber and Lyft and paid it off. But what about people who don't have that luxury, you know? There's a few things you can do. Number one, you can start doing more food delivery stuff. You can do Uber Eats. I know Uber Eats has a big demand right now. Same with DoorDash, same with Instacart, the grocery delivery, which have fun going in grocery stores. I know it's mayhem out there, but picking up food from restaurants, a lot of places are still doing food delivery, even though they might not be open like restaurants. And that's a good way to make money right now. In terms of driving Uber and Lyft, how do you stay safe? Because, well, let's get into that. Before I get into that, why else would you want to drive? Money. Is there any other reason why you still would want to go out and drive right now? Yeah, okay, another reason why you might not want to drive right now, sorry, I'm just to backtrack, but you're gonna probably get a lot of people wanting rides to the doctor's office, and back from the doctor's office. And if I was driving Uber and Lyft right now and I got a ride from the hospital, do I really want to pick that person up? I mean, they could have been exposed to people with the virus. And I know it's crazy. I've just watched the movie Contagion. Oh, I'm coughing. I got the virus, guys. No, I just watched this movie last night, and it was about a really bad disease. And yeah, I don't know, it's just scary. If you guys have seen that movie, let me know. But I don't know, I just feel weird talking about this virus thing. But I don't know. So why would you want to drive? Maybe you don't believe in the virus. I know a lot of people think it's no big deal and think it's no worse than the flu. I can't convince you. Again, I'm no health expert. If you're never gonna change your mind and you're still gonna go out and living your normal daily life, fine, sure, go ahead, keep driving, cool, got that over with. If you really don't care about getting the virus, or you think it's no big deal, sure, just continue driving your normal everyday life and you'll be fine. It's not like the apps are shutting down. They close the green light hubs. It's just like you're just gonna have less rides and you're gonna have to adapt your schedule, which is another thing I want to talk about. Adapting your schedule. People are not gonna be going out as much at nights, but at the end of the day, I still turn on my Instagram and I still see people partying, and this is the beginning. People are gonna start partying more and more. People are just gonna live their life. People don't care about the disease, they just really don't care. People think it's no big deal. A lot of people are uneducated, so they don't realize the impact of this disease, and they think that maybe they don't have news. I don't know, maybe they're not on social media, maybe they don't see what's going on, and they're just going out, so they're still traveling, they're still doing whatever the heck they want. Yeah, people are still gonna go out, there's still gonna be rides to give. But for the people who do believe in the virus, people who do want to stay safe while driving, there are a few things you can do. You can put a protective barrier in between here if you want. That way you have people. The problem is you're gonna have people in your front seat as well. What's another thing you can do? I've heard somebody who said he's gonna dress up in a hazmat suit and drive around Uber and Lyft, which honestly is not even that, I'm not even surprised. It's just a funny concept, getting a ride and your Uber driver's in a hazmat suit. But I mean, you can never be too careful, right? Getting wipes, getting hand sanitizer. If you wash your hands, if you use hand sanitizer every 15 minutes, stay hydrated. Honestly, another thing, again, I'm no health expert, but I would imagine if you do get the virus and then you heal from it, will you get immune? I'm asking you guys, I'm not telling you, but maybe that's another possibility, that maybe you just get it and recover and then you just keep on driving because you can't get it again. I don't know. Do not take my advice on that, but that's just something that I'm thinking about. Again, I'm no influencer. I'm no, well, I guess I am sort of an influencer, but I'm no health expert. That's the word I was looking for. Having wipes to wiping down your seats, wiping down your floors especially, and then anything wiping down here, the metal, the fabric, anywhere where your passengers might touch everything. Put on gloves and wipe. I mean, you're gonna have to do that, guys, if you really do care. If you don't care, then keep driving. But if you really do care, yeah, you're gonna have to wipe down every single night, maybe even a few times a day. Just wipe down your car. And again, Uber and Lyft, well, I guess Uber said you can deny passengers if you think they might have the coronavirus, which I don't know. I feel like that's just putting too much power in the wrong hands. Who are we as Uber drivers to know whether or not somebody looks like they have the virus or not? Come on. What are we? Oh, hey, you look a little sick. You look a little tired today. Have you been getting rest, or do you have the virus? Because I'm not too sure, but I'm not giving you a ride. Oh my God, there's people making out. Oh my gosh, that's like a picturesque. There's like a movie scene going on out there. There's like a beautiful background and a couple are just making out over this beautiful lookout, ocean view, and I'm sitting in here in my car talking about Uber. They're literally making out, bro. Okay, low-key jealous, because this is like a beautiful scenery. There's literally like picturesque ocean view, cliffs. And here I am sitting in my car talking about the coronavirus. All right, guys, sorry, that's it for today's video. Stay safe out there, and those are my tips for driving during the pandemic. All right, talk to y'all soon. Bye.